high side. Murphy shooting, save a rebound on the view.
Hey everyone, this is Casey. You are watching the Red Rubber Duck Win All Sports Network. The Steelers win 28-27 over the Washington Commanders at Northwest Stadium. This game definitely lived up to the hype, and there were a lot of doubters for these two squads, and let's just say these doubters should shut the hell up. Both of these teams went out and proved that what has been happening so far this season has not been a fluke. The offenses showed up for both sides as well as the defenses. Jaden Daniels, despite not throwing a touchdown, did throw for 202 yards. The Steelers defense held him to 5 yards on 3 carries rushing, and this is one of the more mobile QBs in the league. Despite the fact that Jaden Daniels was unable to use his legs, the Washington running backs were able to get all 3 of the Commanders' touchdowns, 2 from Austin Eckler and 1 from Jeremy McNichols. But they were only able to garner 60 yards rushing. The reason why the Commanders were able to get those 3 rushing touchdowns, however, was because of the passing game. Like I mentioned earlier, Daniels did have 202 yards passing, and Terry McLaurin had the majority of those yards with 113. 2 units are to blame for those touchdowns, and that is the Pittsburgh secondary and special teams. Dante Jackson, Minka Fitzpatrick, and especially Joey Porter Jr. had a rough game. Joey got burned by McLaurin on so many opportunities, and he even had a couple of costly pass interference calls. Joey had a rough day, and hopefully he can get it back on track. The other unit that went wrong was the special teams, and I'm all for doing a fake punt, but why would you do it from your own 16? Now, if it was executed perfectly, we wouldn't question it, and we would celebrate it, but it didn't happen. James Pierre couldn't corral it, and the Commanders made us pay the consequences with their first touchdown. And Tomlin did take responsibility for that play call. He said that he would do it again, which is typical of him, but he would add that it was only a bad idea because they didn't execute it. Again, also what he said. Hopefully he's more careful with that during the season, but the special teams did have a big play in this game when they recovered a muff punt. And the defensive line even got 3 sacks on Daniels. 2 of them were from Cameron Hayward, and the other one was from Preston Smith, our recent pickup from the Packers. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Preston Smith. When the offense itself made their mistakes, which we will get into in a bit, the defense forced 3 and outs on each Washington possession after. And also, we did get a crucial stop on 4th and 9 during the Commanders' final drive. The call for Zach Ertz being over the marker could have gone either way, and I did not blame the refs for taking that long on that review. They were just looking to see if they could find conclusive evidence themselves, and it really was as close could be. But bottom line is, the Steelers' defense did get the job done when it mattered the most. And I talked about the offense making mistakes, and they did have two turnovers. First, Russell Wilson threw his first regular season pick as a member of the Steelers, and then Jaylen Warren fumbled the ball at the Commanders' 1-yard line when we were about to potentially take the lead. Fortunately, those mistakes did not lead to any Commanders' points. And when he didn't throw the ball to the other team, Wilson threw for 195 yards and 3 touchdowns. 1 to George Pickens, who had an incredible grab for that TD. Pat Freiermuth scored a touchdown after the muff punt. And then the game-winning 32-yard touchdown to the former Jet, Mike Williams. Mike Williams, welcome to the league. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers as well. As for the rushing, we got 140 yards on the ground. Even though Najee Harris didn't have another 100-yard game, he did have himself a touchdown. And the offensive line did a great job at controlling the penalties, with the only penalties being an illegal shift and a false start. Other than that, we didn't get much penalties on the offensive side. And I thought that they did a pretty good job with discipline. But the Steelers did give up 3 sacks, but it was pretty much smooth sailing for the offense if you discount the fumbles, if you discount the turnovers and sacks. And also it did get off to a slow start, but of course it warmed up. And then the fake count on 4th and 1 on the final possession was a masterclass by Wilson. And it was a great play call if you think about it. And it was a bit of a risky choice because, of course, the Commanders' defensive line should have known. No snap, no count, no play, and they actually did get the Commanders to jump. Looking back on it, you got to feel bad for the rookie linebacker, Johnny Newton, the guy who did jump. That's going to be a lesson for him to take with him, and props to the Commanders' defense and sideline for consoling him. I really do wish him the best. And hopefully he knows that everybody makes mistakes. It happens to the best of us. Overall, this game proved to be a tough one. The Commanders are legit contenders, and they could do some damage in the postseason if they get there. The Steelers will continue to get better, and they have been getting better, and they will continue to get better, and that's a good sign as we clear the first hurdle in the second half from hell. Sorry if you had to hear my phone just now. Now we sit at 7-2. Now next up, we head into divisional territory as we host the Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be for sole possession of first place in the AFC North, and we really need to limit the mistakes in this one because we saw what happened with the Broncos. We saw what happened with the Bengals. This is the most dangerous offense the Steelers are going to face yet. But we're going to go over them when the time comes. For now, let's enjoy the win, but soon we need to get back to work. But that's going to do it for me. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the Red Rubber Duck Win All Sports Network. And I look forward to seeing you guys later this week when we go over the Steelers and Ravens game. But until we meet again, we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and as always, let's go Steelers.